everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Bria and I'm the owner of A Shade Better Furnishings. Today I'll be giving these modern nightstands a makeover. They're in pretty good condition, besides the tops of them as you can see, but I could already tell that the wood grain underneath is beautiful, so I'll be highlighting that later on. But let's get started. Starting off with my Surf Prep sander, and I'm using a 120 grit. I ran out of the regular Surf Prep sanding pads, so I'm just using my orbital sanding discs, so don't mind that. But yeah, I'm just sanding down this first layer, and then I'll go over again with probably 180. Some of you may be wondering why I have the hose attachment attached to my sander, but there's still so much dust. That's because my daughter is terrified of the shop vac sound, so unfortunately I don't use that feature very often. The existing finish on these nightstands was really thick on the sides of the top, so I'm going to be testing out my scraper for the first time. I got this tool off of Amazon. It was I think $26, and oh my gosh, it is awesome. You can see how much is taking off. It's even taking off some of the bottom part, but it's fine, I'll sand that later. But yeah, it was a great tool. I'm so excited to use it in future projects. My Surf Prep wasn't getting the job done fast enough, so I'm using my orbital sander, and I'm again using a 120 grit. Sanding on the tops, I went back and primed the spots where I went down to bare wood on the body. And now for the fun part, painting. I'm using Ash by Fusion Mineral Paint. Fusion Mineral Paint is one of my favorite brands of paint. You'll see me using it a lot on this channel. But I specifically love this color. It's the perfect shade between black and gray, and it looks great with black hardware, which you'll see later on. I'm switching to my Zebra square brush. Zebra brushes are my favorite for painting pieces. hardware holes. I'm using Bondo today. Bondo is great for filling in old holes because it doesn't shrink or crack, and it dries really smooth and hard. So it's a two-part mixer, so you take the gray part and then you add the cream mixer. This stuff dries really quickly, so you have to work fast. Sanding all that down with a 180 grit sandpaper. This is the hardware I ended up going with. They are about 8 inches long, so very good for oversized nightstands. But I didn't like the color of them, so I'll be spray painting them in a satin black. I love doing a natural beige paint wash on the top of my pieces, so I'll be using Putty by Fusion Mineral Paint, mixing it with 50% water, and then wiping it on and wiping it off. Probably noticing some discoloration in the wood. Don't worry, that's just water. Right before this, I always wipe down the piece to get it wet, and then I'll do the paint wash over top. You have to remember to work very fast with paint washes because they tend to dry really quick, especially if the ratio is off a little bit, if there's more paint than water. So I ran into that a little bit last nightstand, but this one's going better so far. Having the worst luck with my camera lately, so unfortunately I didn't get the process of painting the drawers or drilling new holes for the hardware because my camera died. But let's get a look at the before. Again, these were overall good condition, but they definitely needed some updating. And here's the after.
Like and subscribe, and love Jesus, and I hope you like this video.
Thank you all so much for your love and support, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.